Hi, my name is Tracey Cook, and welcome to the podcast series Victim to Victory. This series gives a voice to those that have overcome obstacles in all forms, that dare greatly to share their real stories. Amazing humans like our upcoming guest. She is a powerhouse. She is inspiring. She is empowering, and she is a change in the world. And she has seen hope and risen above those adversities to become victorious. And she now supports and inspires others to do the same. Today, we're giving a voice to Susan Patterson. Welcome to Victim to Victory.
Thank you. I'm so pleased to be here.
It's our absolute pleasure. Now, Susan, I'm just going to share a little bit about you and your presence within groups and communities, and the change that you're actually making and the impact that you're making in people's lives. And we know that you're a best-selling author, and you're a speaker, you're a poet, and many other things, also alongside a certified life coach. Now, Susan has got so many different perspectives, so many different aspects to her, like we all do. And we're going to peel back a few layers today with Susan's permission, because she has got a story, and it has merit, and it has dignity, and it has respect, and it needs to be heard. And she is now claiming her voice. So, Susan, welcome to Victim to Victory. And where does your story start?
Thank you. I am really happy to be here.
No, our pleasure.
So what would you like to know?
Where does your story start? Who
My
is
story
Susan?
started. I was a writer from the age of 5. And I had high hopes of doing lots of things, and got off track a little bit with some relationships that were not very healthy. And as a result, I learned an awful lot about respect and how to stand up for myself. And from there, I went back to college in my late 30s, got certified to teach. And but then I had some health problems, and I think the health problems stemmed directly from the less than healthy relationships that I had experienced, and the inability. I didn't have the emotional toolbox to deal with it positively. And as a result, I got pretty sick. And it was difficult. I'm not trying to diminish the difficult situation that I was in. However, those experiences led me to the things that have changed my life. And I am now so great. I wasn't so happy when I was in the middle of it, but I'm so grateful now that I had those experiences, and I can share how I finally learned how to deal with those experiences to help myself, to help my kids, and to help others. That became my life purpose. Does that make sense?
It makes a lot of sense, definitely, because we have to wear our story like a superhero cape and not an anchor. And once we actually, and it sounds weird to a lot of people as well, Susan, because I think sometimes our stories can almost get in our way, because we need to embrace our stories because they were given to us for a reason. No matter what has happened to us, no matter how bad, we have to actually go, you know what? I have learned something from this. I've been put here to make a difference in the world because of this. And what people do with that information, they can either become victorious or hold up the victim card. And
Yeah.
that's what we love about people like you in the world, Susan, because you have risen above. You have found your voice. And like we were saying pre-show, now you can't shut up in a good way.
I can't.
I love that. And
Blah, blah,
especially
blah.
when you've been through something, that's so impactful, and it affects families, and it affects mental health and communities and children and relationships and trust and everything like that. And when you breathe life into that, and when you share that experience, it just becomes so relatable. And then we get that Me Too movement, don't we? It's like, me too,
Yeah.
me too.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we realize we're not alone, and that's where hope comes in, and we can change the world. So I so appreciate you for being brave to show us a snapshot of where you've came from. Now, if you don't mind me asking, Susan, how did you overcome this? Was it a mindset? Was it a fire in your belly? Was it a life-changing moment? How did you overcome those difficulties and claim that voice of yours?
Interesting that you would ask that on this particular show, because as I said before, the title is just so apropos, Victim to Victory, because for years I just kept sinking into this hole of victimhood. And one day, I can't remember what sparked it. I wish I could, but I just said, no more. I am not a victim. I am not going to be a victim, and I'm not going to teach my girls to be a victim. I am strong, I am powerful, and I may not have all the tools I need yet, but I'm going to find them. And through that, going back to college, expanding my world way beyond the little tiny world I had been in, I started to meet people and to have experiences that were much more empowering. And I learned how to take care of myself. I learned how to take care of my kids. And then when I started teaching, I started sharing empowering views with my students. And that made me grow as a human being. And I started hanging out with people who were women, who were powerful, strong, confident women, who taught me a lot about being the same thing. And through that, my world began to open up. And I, by that time, my teaching career was coming to an end, and I decided to retire. And I found network marketing. I was a miserable failure at that. And through various connections, I met Stacey Hall. And through her coaching, I found out that I could be true to myself and successful. And that opened up a whole new world. So it's just, once you decide that you're not going to be a victim, and you decide that you want to live a victorious life, your path just opens up, and the light shines, and you move forward with power and amazing ability that you didn't know you had.
Oh, I think that is absolutely wonderful, Susan.
I'm very grateful. Very grateful
explain
indeed.
that so well. You really do, because you can see the passion within you, and the energy you're just exuding with this personal growth, and to be able to step into your own true beautiful power, and to claim yourself again, through self-love and self-worth, and really take a stand for yourself. And it's a real testimony to, and I love how you drop that golden nugget as well. It's the people you hang around, right? So if you're in a community,
Yes.
like we are together, that have
Yeah.
got all these empowering women, that are sharing their real stories, the ups and the downs and the tears and the highs and the lows and the
Hmm.
struggles and the achievements, the whole kit and caboodle. When
Yeah.
you're around people like that, that just embrace you and meet you where you're at,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
it's a wonderful, empowering place to be.
It
Now,
is.
I want to talk a little bit about our collaborative book in the Power of Yes
Hmm.
and the Power of Yes series. And I really love the title, and it's building a network marketing business without leaving your comfort zone, because we're taught success happens at the end of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And when did you realize that you wanted to be an author and share your story?
Ah, well, through the connection with Stacy Hall, she opened up this opportunity for this book, actually the first book. And through that, she she made it clear what was expected. And what was expected is, what is your story? How did you get into network marketing? And why would you choose the power of yes? Well, I had, through connections, through people I met, found Stacy, and up until that point, I had been doing network marketing the way they told us to, and it was very negative
Mm,
and very corporate and very clone like.
mhm,
I was just not comfortable doing that. I totally believed in my product. I absolutely believed in it. But the process of sharing that did not fit me at all. And I met Stacy and the power of yes, and I found out, oh, you can be true to yourself and still be successful. Hello. So I was hooked. I wanted to know more. And sure enough, I learned that you can use your core values to serve your clients. And by being true to your core values, which in my case are, my core values start with confidence, courage, and kindness, compassion. And from there, you just go, and you don't have to be a bully. You don't have to be a gorilla. You meet your client where they're at. You ask them what their problems are and how you can help. You get to know your client, and you begin to share your wisdom and your knowledge with your client and help them to solve their problems. That just works for me. It just does. And if I have this really strong, I want to change the world. I want to help people. Even if I change a tiny little bit of the world, that's okay. But if I can leave my world better than I found it, then I've been successful. And that's why I wanted to write my chapters.
oh, that's so powerful, so powerful. And what was one of the most surprising things that you learnt in writing your chapter?
I I found out through writing the chapter just how important my business and my clients are to me. I thought I was serving a purpose, providing a service. And I found out when I started writing that they make my life so rewarding and so fulfilling. It's so much more than just a business. It's a life's purpose. It's a reason to get up in the morning, and to be able to have the privilege of sharing what I've learned and helping other people and to see them grow. That every day is a miracle. And I am so blessed and so lucky to have this opportunity. That's what I got from writing my chapter.
Oh, that is so powerful once again. And what do you wish the reader of your chapter will take away? Once they read it, they just sit there and go, wow, what is the takeaway you want the reader of your chapter to really, the message that they want to get?
I would like them to walk away with the thought that they can change their life. They have the power. They just need to reach out and grab that power and move forward with it. They can be true to their heart. That thing inside of them that says, that makes them uncomfortable, that's because they're not being true to themselves. Be true to yourself, know your core values, and live them to the fullest amount you can, and just jump out there and start. Don't hold back, because if you hold back, you're going to waste a lot of time. I wasted a lot of time, and I don't want my clients and my friends to do that. I want them to just grab their power and jump into life and live it and be the biggest and best person they can be.
Yeah, definitely, because we can get so caught up in day to day or impressing the Joneses or something like that, can't
Yeah.
we? We can get so caught up in all the crap that we think, all the busy work that we think we should be doing,
And it's
and
just nonsense.
it's just nonsense, because time is just such our biggest asset. And as we get older, right, we realize that
Yeah.
we, when we're in our 20s and 30s, it's just kind of like, I've got forever. And then one day you wake up and you go, I haven't got forever. And then you think
Yeah.
of all the time you probably wasted. And when we're leaving a legacy and we're working so hard to be the change, whether it's a product or a service or an opportunity, or just networking with someone, or just even lending an ear and just supporting somebody else in what they're doing, even. It is going to change lives and save lives. And do you feel as well, Susan, like you need to go completely out of your comfort zone to be successful? And you really explain this really well, as just kind of expanding that little bit of who you are, but not going totally outside your comfort zone. So what does comfort zone mean to you?
Oh, comfort zone means I can sit on the sofa and watch TV and eat potato chips, and I don't have to really jump out there and do anything.
And
And that's no way to live. You're going to wake up one day and go, what have I done with myself? And instead, I want people to say, what are my core values? What do I really believe in? And then when you get that done, then you can move forward from there, and in that comfort zone of knowing your core values, knowing who you really are, you can serve others and live a life that you can be proud of, that you can get up every day and expect a miracle.
And we hear this word value as well, serve others and value. We hear this online all the time. Do you think that ties into comfort zone as well, being a success from your comfort zone?
Yes, sometimes I read that and I wonder if the people writing it get it, if they really understand what value is when it comes to life and living. And I have to say, if you don't grab hold of life, how can you know what your value is or the value of what you're doing? But providing value is something that's going to occur if you live a life that's true to yourself, true to your values, true to who you are. And don't deny your experiences. Take those, and from those you can create value.
Oh, that's the quote of the podcast. Don't deny your experiences. That's a Twitter post right there, Susan. 100%. I'm going to Twitter that. Now, when what have you got coming up in 2022? Is there something planned apart from the book launch in the Power of Yes podcast series, a collaborative book, that we're both authors in, but what are your plans for 2022?
Well, for the first quarter, I've got my a full-length book coming out, and I'm very excited about that. It's about recovering from an abusive situation, and it's meant to help people. It ends victoriously, shall we say. And I've also got some courses that I have written, and I'm putting them together. I hope for them to come out in late February, early March. And after that, I'm not sure. I'll see what happens.
That is wonderful. I think we're all
I'm
just going to
totally looking
into
forward
2022 and not touch anything and not make any loud noises, are we? We're not going to claim it until we tiptoe in, I think.
I can't help
it. No, I absolutely love it. I love how you're inspiring communities. And what kind of message do you want to leave the audience on today as well?
I would have to say, be who you are. Just be who you are. Move forward, take that step, jump out and grab life, and live life true to yourself and your values, and be a success, because you have what it takes to be a success, and just go for it.
Just go for it. 100%. Thank you so much for being brave to share snippets of your story with us today, Susan. We'll be sharing where to connect with you as well. You are so appreciated here in the Victim to Victory community, and I'm sure that we'll be seeing more of Susan Patterson all over media and with her upcoming book as well. And you can find the Victim to Victory podcast series on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, and our Facebook group. So please subscribe, share, and comment to help be the change that the world needs, just like our powerful, inspiring guest, Susan Patterson, here today. And let me leave you with a message of figure out who you are and do it on purpose. Thanks, Susan.
Thank you.